Hi everybody! Now some of you might be wondering why I'm outside as opposed to indoors. And that's because I wanted to show you something that I could only show you if I'm outside. And that's the season. Do you remember what season it is? Right now, it's spring. Before school started, it was summer. It was hot, we were at the beach, it was so sunny, we wore shorts, and then school started. And we noticed the leaves start to change color. Orange and yellow and red and brown, and they fell from the trees because it was a new season, fall. After all the leaves fell down, we noticed it started to snow and get super cold because fall was over and it was now winter. Well, guess what? It's been getting warmer and it's not snowing anymore. Instead, it's raining a lot, and that's because it's a new season. Winter's over and it's springtime. Now, we know it's spring when we start to see new plants spring up from the ground, spring up from all the plants that look like they're dead. Now, look behind me, and you'll see all those trees look a little bit like they're dead. There's no leaves on them. But they're not. It's spring now, and we're going to start seeing proof that plants are coming back and growing and no longer sleeping from winter. Now, first, I want to show you this. Right here. You see this plant? This plant, I don't see anything growing on it. I just see branches and sticks and some leaves that never fell last winter. They kind of just stuck there and stayed there a bit. They held on super tight, but there's nothing growing on this tree here. But if we look a little harder, we're going to see that it certainly is springtime, and it's not fall and it's not winter, okay? Now, do you know what plants need in order to grow? Two big things, right? They need sunlight and they need water. Now, that tree over there is high up on a hill and doesn't get as much water there. As I look a little bit farther, I see this tree here. This tree is the same kind of tree, but it's showing me that it is springtime. Look here. Do you see that there's something on this stick? These are tiny, tiny little buds. These little buds are showing us exactly where there's going to be new leaves growing pretty soon. It's not fall, it's not winter, it's spring. And we're going to start seeing little leaves spring up on these branches. You see that? All these little green things are going to blossom and bloom. Some trees even have flowers. I don't know if this tree will, but it certainly will have green leaves growing on it pretty soon. You can look right where my thumb is and see exactly where that little bud is. Now, why is this tree growing? That's because it has plenty of water. So much water to drink out here. Look right here. Do you see that? A super muddy puddle. But do you see what's growing by that muddy puddle? Do you see all that green, beautiful new grass growing? All that grass is able to grow because of all the rain. It's April right now. That's the name of the month. People say April showers bring May flowers. That's because after April comes May. In April, it rains so much and we get so many muddy puddles. But then come May, all these plants start to grow. Now look, right next to this super muddy puddle is this bush. Some of this bush, you just see twigs and branches that want to stick onto my sweater. But other parts, you see the leaves and you see the buds, and look where the flowers are going to be. Do you see that? Those pink things are where there's going to be flowers. This one's a little thorny, so I have to be careful touching it. Can you see those sharp, pointy thorns? Right here. Sharp, pointy, white thorn right there. But this plant is starting to grow and it's starting to bloom and it's starting to blossom because it's springtime, guys. It's so exciting. Now there's one more thing I wanted to show you over here. Do you see this? Let's see. It's a stream. Oh, there's a little buggy on the water. Sometimes you find frogs and tadpoles or worms. But the reason this stream is so important is this water is feeding all the plants. Now, how do we know it's feeding all the plants? Because right next to it, look at all this beautiful green grass growing. It's drinking all of that water. And not only are the little blades of grass drinking the water, but so are the trees. Now this tree I want to show you is right in the middle of the stream. And look what's happening here. Not only does it have buds, but they're fully blooming. Look at those leaves. We know it's springtime because the plants are growing back. Look at that. Pretty soon this tree is going to be full of beautiful leaves, just like it was before fall. That's how we know it's spring. So friends, if any of you have been looking at any plants or planting, anything like that, I would love to know if they're growing any petals, growing any flowers, leaves, anything like that. I would love to see some pictures or hear some stories. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye.